Who wants to do the intro? Pro podcaster. All right, fine. I'll fucking do
Yeah,
it.
you run a podcast
Yeah.
already.
Oh yeah.
Am I doing the why do we want to do a podcast, or am I just introducing it?
Both.
What's the name?
I think we'll figure that out later.
Is it
I don't think it's that important.
Pumpcast?
Pumpcast.
I don't know about Pumpcast.
Pump Pod?
Pump action.
Pod? Should I do it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Introducing Pump Action's newest podcast.
Oh, yeah.
This has been a long time coming. Maybe a couple weeks we decided to do this. But we're here. We're ready to talk to you. We don't have a name for this podcast yet, but hey, we're open to ideas and we're going to be working on it. So let's dive right into this little game we have here. So
That was really good.
we wanted to talk about why we wanted to do this podcast. I'm just going to open it up
Go ahead.
to the guys, and if someone wants to give me just their idea of why we want to do this.
Yeah, I think Spencer should go because this is kind of your recent brainchild. So
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about, like, internally we've talked a lot about trying to find ideas for content that will allow us to showcase our personalities a little bit more, because we realized relatively recently that there are very few opportunities for fans or anybody coming across our music to really get any idea of even what we sound like just speaking. I mean, the only voice that you ever really hear is mine. And I don't feel like that's a fair representation of, like, what we are as a band and who we are as people. And I think that what makes us interesting as a collective entity is that we have very distinct personalities. And I think that a podcast is just kind of like a really good way to make sure that everybody gets to know us individually and gets to know us a little bit more personally, our senses of humor and the things that we like and what our favorite fast food French fry is and, like, all that kind of stuff. You know, I think it's a very important window into, like, our dynamic as musicians, but also as people.
yeah, I agree with that. I also think for people that don't know, well, we've lived together for 3 years in college.
Yeah.
And some of us still live together, and we still live within 15 minutes of each other.
Now say
We
your
hang
address.
out.
Say your address. Say your
Yeah,
address.
we are at. But I mean, we see each other pretty much every day.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, you get to see the music, you get to hear the music, but that's such a small percentage of what we do as a band and as friends, and that is just important to show.
Yeah, no, I think that, on social media, a lot of our content ends up being what we kind of call outreach content, where it's promoting the songs and promoting the shows. And, really, just as both of you said, we've been on this journey now for some time. And I think there's a lot of that doesn't get to, get seen just from show clips, with the captions and whatnot. So I think, we're making an effort on our accounts to try and get to know everyone a little bit better, because when we meet fans at shows and stuff, it's like, it's really fresh and it's really, cool for us, because it's for the people meeting us. It's like sometimes, our names and, like, the way that we sound and things like that are things that they're learning, but they really like the band, know? So, yeah, no, I think it'll be a cool way to kind of, show more of the journey, show more of what it looks like on our end.
At the end of the day, we're giving you the privilege and the honor of getting to know us.
The
So
most
you're
humble
welcome.
people on the planet.
Do we need to say our names? Like,
Yeah,
we
we might as
Probably.
well. Yeah,
we
yeah,
probably
we
should introduce ourselves.
Go for it. Go.
Yeah. My name is Jack. I'm the drummer.
I'm Poppy. I'm the bassist.
My name is Trent. I play lead guitar.
I'm Spencer, and I sing and play guitar. But
Well-
I also think like what you were saying, Trent, that's really interesting is, like, the journey, I think, is part of the most interesting thing that we would be able to document with something like this.
Yeah.
Like, people don't know what it's like to be a musician in 2025. You know what I mean? Like, we're all doing this, pursuing this in a way that, in an environment that has never existed before. So I think having this kind of time capsule of what it is to be a musician, specifically a musician in Nashville in 2025. Like, that's a really interesting thing for a lot of people. Like, if you're 15, 16, 17 years old and like you're like, oh, I want to make music, like this could be a good resource for what that actually looks like, you know? Like, we are here to kind of like transparently talk about like what it actually means to be doing this. It's not, we're not going to like glamorize it and put, I mean, obviously we have like the social media thing that we kind of we show like the cool parts, but like we can, in this
Right.
kind of environment, we can talk about things that might not be as cool, you know? Like you get a gig that gets taken away, you know what I mean? Like you don't get paid for something, like all that kind of stuff, like and just really highlight like what that means and the community that we're in. I think that we have a really interesting opportunity with a little bit of a platform to kind of talk about things that we really appreciate about being a musician in 2025. And we all have different perspectives on what that actually is, you know?
Well, let's get into the stuff that everyone wants to hear about. Obviously, we all went to the University of Miami,
True.
and as we sit here right now, the Miami Hurricanes have just beaten Notre Dame
The
last night.
evil has been thwarted.
And any thoughts on the matter, Trent Jones?
My resident Miami football expert, Trent Jones.
Yeah, honestly, probably a better a better way to introduce myself, even more important than my name, might have been to just explain my relationship to this team.
Fair.
Last night, obviously, if you're not tapped in, I can sum it up like this: if football, isn't a priority, and I can sum it up like this: the win that took place about 12 hours ago, 15 hours ago, was one of those wins that come around every 5-7 years type of win. So obviously big performance. Miami Notre Dame, for all you non-football heads, is one of those transcendent, rivalries.
What's it about, Trent?
Some,
Tell the people.
Some might say it's a rivalry as old as humanity, good versus evil, written about in every culture's literature.
Amen.
Dating back to the beginning of
Colossians,
time.
Ephesians.
No, important
Leviticus.
win,
Leviticus,
and
precisely.
obviously that's where we all met, is Miami. So we take it serious. I wasn't able to watch with the guys.
You were busy.
Spencer was out of town.
Yeah, I was out of town.
Spencer had an actual reason. My reason is just I wanted to be alone watching a game of that magnitude. So
Do
yeah.
you I think it would be interesting for the folks if you explain your relationship to the team, like where your love for Miami football, because you're not from Miami.
No.
So it's like it's I think it's always interesting to people to like hear why and how you became such a big fan of Miami football.
Yeah, this could easily balloon into 35-minute story, but the short of it
Next episode.
is I'm from San Antonio, Texas originally. So the short of it is that one night I was doing a project in the living room with my mom, and we had a TV in that living room. And I had liked the Miami Dolphins professional NFL team first because I thought their jerseys were cool when I was like 4. And my 4-year-old brain kind of thought that if you liked one team in a city, you had to adopt the others. So I kind of liked the Heat, and I liked the Canes. I liked Florida Marlins. But I didn't I wasn't super tapped in with them. Like, I liked the Longhorns, were my first love, and then I went the other way to A&M for a second. And
I didn't even know that.
And then I used to have all maroon stuff.
Ugh.
And this documentary came on because Miami was so bad at the time. When I was in 3rd, 4th grade, this happened. Miami was so bad that I thought they'd always been bad. And this documentary came on about how good Miami used to be. And not to get into it, but Miami was kind of one of those football dynasties, or one of those sports dynasties that's maybe a little bit even transcendent over the sport itself, becomes more of like a cultural creation than anything. So I was watching this documentary just like in awe of the storyline and the reputation, and I was just very drawn to the ethos side of the brand of Miami, of the arrogance and the swagger and the putting in the work so that you can talk shit,
Right.
and it just synergized with me really well, and I kind of adopted it, and it just slowly grew and grew to the point of being an extremely unhealthy relationship for me. That's destroyed a lot for me,
But it's also built up.
but it's also built
A
a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry,
I
what
was
were you
gonna say, your love of college football indoctrinated me because growing up in Philly, like no one
Right.
I knew really cared that much. I mean, there's Penn State fans, but like I never watched college football growing up. I never even realized it was that important. I felt like it was just on the day before the NFL was on, so there was football on TV, and then like your love and obsession for the Canes made me understand, and also you coming from Georgia,
Yeah.
and like explaining to me what Georgia football was,
Yeah,
made me
dude.
realize just how big of a I don't want to say industry, just
It's like a cultural
nationwide-
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
culture. Yeah, the culture of college football was really unique to me, and now I arguably like it as much as the NFL,
Yeah,
and get just as excited for Saturdays.
totally.
So actually, very thankful for that.
It's funny because like my mom went to for her master's, and I was not like I wouldn't really have considered myself much of like a Canes fan until I went to school, and I was like I would always peripherally follow like how Miami was doing, and like when Mark Richt went there, I was like, okay, this is gonna be cool. Like I'm interested to see it, and I watched. I think I don't know if I've talked to you about this, but I watched a lot of that 2017 year just because I was like, oh my god, Miami's sick. Like they're good this year. That's awesome. But like I didn't even know how much of a level there was to it until Trent and I became friends. Like that shit is crazy. It runs very deep. It runs very, very deep. But yeah, we always try and watch some Canes football. I obviously I am sick that I wasn't there yesterday because I was on a gig in Indiana, but I would have absolutely loved to be able to watch that game in its entirety. I really almost knocked my mic stand over when CJ caught that ball like back here. I was like, oh my god! I was behind enemy lines in Indiana for real.
True, but that was important that you were there though, because we needed that.
The representation.
Yeah, we needed you there to help rally
Right.
the troops and
Yeah.
make sure they got the win.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm there for morale at
Mhm.
least. You know, I can't play strong safety, but I can yell really loud. So I said "Go Canes" into the microphone about 10 times last night.
They heard it, man.
I
Carson
hope
Beck
so.
heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My dog Carson Beck. Shout out Carson Beck. Come on the podcast whenever you have a chance.
Well, that's enough of the Miami Hurricanes, I think. Let's get back to the actual band itself. We got some exciting things coming up the next couple months. I'm
Yeah, dude.
super excited about where we're heading. But specifically in the month of September, we got two big things coming.
Yep.
First of all, in the weekend of the 18th, we
Yeah.
are playing two shows, one in Atlanta, one in Charlotte. These are big ones coming up, especially Spencer's hometown of Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
How are y'all feeling about these shows coming up?
I'm excited. Obviously, I'm excited to play in Atlanta. Like I haven't played at Smith's. I've played at Smith's before, but I haven't played at Smith's since I was 17. So I'm really excited to get back in that. Are we in the upstairs room or the downstairs room? Do we know?
Downstairs. Yeah, just for
Fuck yeah,
for a
that'd be
series
fun.
of for clarifying, September 18th, it's a Thursday night.
Yeah.
We're playing at Smith's Old Bar in Atlanta, in the Atlanta room, with Couch Cult opening up. And then on Saturday, September 20th, we're playing at the Evening Muse in Charlotte.
Yep.
For the late show. I think doors are at 10, and Nothing Good is opening for that.
Fire.
So that's the official prognosis there. And you can get tickets on our Bands in Town with
Yeah.
a link that we'll have in our bio.
Yeah, man. It's obvious. I mean, always super exciting to play in Atlanta. Come out. I know you're watching. But it's gonna be a really good time. I like that room. It's a fun little room. So it should be a good show. And I didn't realize I hadn't heard of the Charlotte venue that we're playing at. Scott Mulvihill is playing there
Yeah.
like this week, I think,
Yeah.
with Bonner Black. So that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. It'll be a
Should be a good little room.
late night. What's the late night? Was it like the Pac-12?
After dark?
Pac-12 after dark?
Can't- yeah. I'm back in
RIP
After
to the
Dark
Pac-12.
show, so
After dark.
y'all hang out in Charlotte for a little bit, get a couple drinks, come over to the Evening Muse and
Yeah.
and rally with us. It's gonna be fun.
Jam.
I got a question for you, Spencer.
What up?
For hometown shows, actually for everybody, because we've had, I think,
Everyone except for Philly now.
yeah, pretty much, or even with other artists too. I get more nervous playing in front of my family and people I know than playing for 1,000 people that I don't know. Is
Yeah.
that true across the board? Or no?
Yes. Yeah, I was shitting myself before
I would
that,
agree.
that first Atlanta show that we did.
I was feeling the heat big time before. Honestly, I was pretty calm for the San Antonio one, but
Austin one.
I was feeling the heat big time before Austin. I was probably the most nervous before a show I've ever been.
Yeah. Why do you think that is though? I've been trying to figure it out, and I really don't know. I've been trying to pinpoint why.
I think there's just a certain element of like knowing somebody personally, and like you want the people that you know personally to see you do well. Like I can shake it off if like 100 random people saw me on like an off day. I'd be like, damn, that was a shitty show, but like whatever. Like I'll get them next time. Like who cares? I don't know these people. You know what I mean? But like when it's people who you know and know you, I think that there's like a certain there's a desire to impress and a desire to like show them, hey, this is like all the shit I've been working on since the last time you saw me. You know what I mean? Whether or not they're musically inclined is not really the point. I think it's just like the intense desire to like make sure that people you know see you do well.
Right.
Yeah, I always have a hard time with that.
I think especially if they're not musically inclined, it's like, all right, obviously musicians are going to find what we're doing intellectually stimulating.
Right.
But if I can make
It's
this-
sexually stimulating is what
this
you meant to say.
random dude that I played football with enjoy my music, then okay, this is universal. It's not just
It's a good
some
point.
music nerds
Yeah.
geeking out over some crazy guitar runs or some triplets. Such.
It's a good point.
So
Maybe for me as a drummer, I feel like
Triplets.
no one's really watching me too much, or I'm behind the stage and just kind of doing my job. But then when I know that there's a ton of
People
people that
watching.
are looking right at me,
Yeah.
like and watching everything I do, maybe that's where it comes from.
It's possible.
I don't know, because I played there a few months ago in Philly, and that was the first time I played there in 2 years, and there was probably almost 40 people there for me,
you.
and I was so nervous the whole time. Like I was so excited, but also so nervous. Like I was looking at the metronome that I was keeping for just referencing tempos, and I was like, this says 75, but I feel like I'm playing the song at 100.
Yeah.
I just couldn't shake it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out, doing the film study and trying to figure out what's going on there and trying to get better. But yeah, I don't know. I was just curious with the hometown show if you felt that way.
I also think that there's like ownership of the hometown shows more so than like like if we go playing, no offense to Charlotte, like when we go to play in Charlotte, I don't fucking know anybody in Charlotte really. Like I mean, it's like not that.
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly, yeah, my buddy Luke. You know him as Luke Kuechly. His friends just call him Luke.
Pookie Pookie.
Yeah, Cam Newton. When Cam Newton came, I just think that there's ownership over like thinking that you want it to go really well because you want the people to see a good show too. Like the turnout, the weather. Like I mean, you want it to be like the perfect storm of like this is my homecoming and like it's the best show and all of my friends are here and my family's here and all this kind of stuff. And to be entirely honest with you, the first time we played in Atlanta, I didn't I was kind of upset with like the turnout. Like I thought we were gonna get more people, and so there was like there's like a lot of elements to it that like I don't think really come into play if we go play in Pittsburgh. Like I don't feel responsible personally for like making sure that Pittsburgh comes out and it's like a good show. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I want Atlanta to be a good show. You know what I mean? So
I do think we faced
Sorry, guys.
Trent.
I have a fantasy draft.
hot
cannot even pay attention in our first episode.
degenerate.
We faced adversity in that first Atlanta show.
Yeah,
Based on the
definitely did.
venue, and it was the day before Easter.
Yeah,
So,
we did. Yeah,
This
Sure.
is a
Day
Thursday
before
night.
what?
Day
Before Easter.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a
There were
Thursday
a lot of
night.
people that were busy that night.
It's no excuses. You just got to be there. Yeah.
Look, trust me, I know where all of you live.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, on that note,
on that threatening note,
other big announcement for Sunday that less
September?
involves you as fans, but eventually will.
Mm.
That next weekend, the weekend 28th.
It's just not next weekend.
What?
No, that next weekend, the weekend after we do the
Oh,
shows.
I thought you were saying next weekend. I was like, are we going to the stew next weekend?
No,
Yeah,
no,
that'll be
no,
crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna
We
be
don't
getting
have
into the
time.
studio for 3 consecutive days,
Yes, sir.
trying to cut a new project for this band. Our first, more than a single since we were in college together. So I think we're all really excited about that. I think we're all excited to get into an actual studio together here in Nashville.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been in studios in Miami because Miami offered us some really nice studios. But I think this is our first time as a unit in a studio that we're paying for. And I'm super excited to just be in there and get on our grind for a couple days.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited for that.
But this is your warning that a big project is on the way. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. Well, maybe we do, but you're going to have to find out.
Ooh, suspense. I mean, we're paying for this space, but we're kind of going to use it as like an ability to like have some of the musicians that we love in Nashville come through to the studio over that weekend. I've kind of been like floating the idea with some people in town to like come through, especially on the second and third day, and everybody seems to be really excited about it. So I'm really, really fucking excited to see what comes out of that, like those collaborations, because some of the artists in town that are like just gonna be coming through are fucking ridiculous. So I think it would be really,
Yeah.
really fun.
That is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
You mentioned earlier just the being just kind of unfiltered, like, hey, we're just trying to do music in Nashville. Like, this is by far the biggest leap we've taken as a band in terms of investing into this project.
Yeah.
We've talked about acquiring a van. We've talked about, putting more money into marketing and touring and all this stuff, and like making this committed leap to really beef up our studio sound and not just do it in this space here that we have access to all the time. It's really exciting, and I think it's going to be an awesome experience for all of us to do that.
On to our next segment. I think we do this a lot when we're on tour. When you're in the car for so many hours, I think we end up ranking a lot of different things. I know Jack and I have ranked like every fast food chicken, or like every fast food
Fat.
breakfast, or
Fat.
if you put every animal into an arena together, who would come out on top?
That was my favorite one.
That was
What was
great.
the answer to that one?
Polar bear, I think.
Yeah, I think it was
Polar bear's a solid. I was gonna say an elephant off the top of my head, but a polar bear's a good answer.
Yeah. One time, Trent and I put on a record where every song name was a shark,
Yes.
and we decided if the song that we were listening to accurately portrayed that shark.
That was a good one.
That was
That
a
is
great one.
good.
Yeah.
So there's a little glimpse into how we are on the road. So we wanted to bring that to you in each of these episodes with the top 5 ranking of various different subjects. I think Spencer has one pre-prepared for us today.
I'm gonna give you guys a softball. This is our first episode.
I
And
don't
it's-
watch softball.
It's like baseball, but it's a little different. Speaking of which, never mind. We'll talk about that later. I'm gonna give you guys a softball for this one, and it's one that we've definitely talked about before. I'm gonna need a definitive top 5 fast food burgers.
Okay.
Definitive. Like this is like an
Are we talking
unfuckwithable
has to have
list.
a drive-through.
I'm thinking has to have a drive-through for
Yeah,
fast
I think
food.
that's
That's
fair.
kind of where I draw the line at fast food.
I like
Five
that.
Guys, Shake Shack. That's not fucking fast food.
Mhm.
It's fast casual. It's also too expensive. So
True.
I'm gonna go. If we can get it on the road and eat it, and it drips all over our hands, that's a fast food burger.
Why did you have to include that part?
Because I've seen it drip all over your hands before. You can't eat like a normal person.
Gotta get them Crispies.
Yeah, get those Crispies.
Crispies.
So are we
We
each-
were
What
at
is a
Chick-fil-A and
Crispy?
Trent's like, I gotta scoop the Crispies out of the corner. of
That's
the-
normal.
Fat.
That's more normal than me getting the cheese off the wrapper. I said I did that.
Getting the cheese off the wrapper is
and,
fine.
and y'all were like, "Oh no, that's normal."
Yeah.
But then
I
when you're
didn't.
when you're
Oh.
at the
Yeah.
when you're at the
Damn.
bottom of the
Okay, skinny Jack Dredd.
you do it with chips though. No, you eat a bag of
Yes.
Lay's and then it gets to the bottom and you
Yeah.
throw that shit
And you
back.
and you
Crisps.
throw
I
it.
don't.
Right. Get the Crispies.
I don't
Just
know.
do that with
Crispies?
chicken nuggets too.
All right, fast food burgers. I feel like I need like a list of fast food
Dude.
restaurants to like look at.
Yeah, I need something in front of me.
Are we doing it each ourselves, or are we trying to come up with a top 5 that we agree on?
I mean, it's up to you guys. If you
I
think
think
want each? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think each.
You know, honestly, I feel I know that I proposed this question, but I'm really not much of a burger person when it comes to fast
Same.
food. Like I normally eat chicken sandwiches if I'm going to get like a fast food item, but I will do this for the fans because I know that they're curious as to which one is my favorite.
All right. At my 1 spot, I got Whataburger.
Solid.
At my 2 spot, I got Cookout.
Yes, dude. Cook.
At my 3 spot, I got Mickey D's. McDonald's. That's a nickname for McDonald's. Mickey D's.
True.
Ron's
4,
Cafe.
I got Culver's.
Oh,
5, I
Yes.
got Wendy's.
That's a good list.
that's a really good list.
That's a good
I think if you
list.
switch McDonald's and Culver's, you have my list. Like actually, what did you say? So you said Whatab, Cookout, McDonald's, Culver's, Wendy's.
Yeah.
If you flip Culver's and McDonald's, and that's my list. 100%. I completely forgot about Culver's.
I think a problem I'm having right now is that some of these ones that I think are supposed to be really good, I've never had. Like
Such
It's
as?
your list.
I
It's
know,
your
but,
list.
like,
it's your list.
it is, but now I'm just realizing like I can't rate a Big Mac because I've
You never had a Big Mac?
But you've had a
Whoa.
McDonald's burger.
Yeah, you had a quarter pounder.
Right, I know, but you said big. You're just like reminding me.
True.
I've never had a Culver's burger, but
Oh.
everyone says it's great.
The Curder
You know,
Burger, dude,
yeah.
with the cheese curd on it.
But I think I can go based on what I have
Go for it.
had. So I'm gonna put Whataburger 1 as well. That patty melt on a regular bun that I
Special.
got the first ever time on Trent's Wreck was the best fast food burger I've had. 2, I'm gonna go In-N-Out. I'm gonna go In-N-Out for 2. I know it's not in Tennessee just yet, very soon, but great burger. I'll go McDonald's for 3. Wendy's for 4. And I'm like trying to remember a 5th burger that I've had from fast food, and I honestly
It's gotta be BK.
like it actually might be Burger King because I can't think of another fast food
God,
burger I've
BK.
had.
Have it your way, Jack.
Stealing the 5 slot.
If I come up with another one, I'll let you know. But honestly, I've never had a Cookout burger, or Hardee's, or
Dude,
that,
honestly,
yeah.
I
or Arby's.
completely forgot about In-N-Out as an option. I got to think about these top 5s before I propose the question.
that
This is
kid's not
fucked.
even getting votes on
He's-
this poll, bro.
Dude, In-N-Out might be 1 for me,
Oh my
actually.
gosh.
Actually.
What are we doing?
It might
Go
be
ahead,
In-N-Out,
Trent. Go ahead.
Whataburger, Culver's, McDonald's, Wendy's.
I'm gonna go
A Cookout.
Whataburger, Cookout, McDonald's, just like Pop at the 1, 2, and 3. I was not a Cookout hater, but I just wasn't familiar with its game. I've had it a couple of times in the last few months.
The
And
cheddar style is
yeah, been
serious.
dialing in the cheddar style,
one.
and it's a serious player. McDonald's at 3. I think that the quarter pounder with cheese is actually the best burger on that menu. I know the Big Mac is
Gets a lot of love.
obviously the poster child, but McDonald's got some good depth there. At 4, I'm gonna go Wendy's. I think the Baconator is an extremely solid sandwich.
Agreed.
And at the 5, I'm gonna, just to change it up here, I'm gonna go with a pocket pick here. I'm gonna go, I don't know if y'all are tapped in with this, with Freddy's frozen custard steak burgers.
heard
Never
it's very
had
good.
that.
I'm gonna go that
Yeah.
the 5 hole. They're smash burgers. It's like 50s themed. It's very good.
Is that a drive-through accessible
yes, it
restaurant
is.
chain?
It does have drive-throughs.
Damn, I've never heard of that.
It's very, very good.
Yeah. I just realized that I need to not rank first. I need to not be in the first 2 ever again. I think I'm just gonna wait for the rest of you guys to rank for the rest of time because you reminded me of so many that I did not think about initially. So, my definitive list at the end of it all is in fact going to be In-N-Out, Whataburger, Culver's, Cookout, Wendy's.
No Don's.
No Don's.
No Dons.
No
Crazy.
Don's. McDonald's falling off the
That's
list.
another nickname for McDonald's.
Ron's.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
Ron Donald's.
be expecting more in the next episode. Be just as intriguing of a top 5
Yeah.
for you.
There's going to be some more heated debates on some of these
Also,
I'm honestly surprised that we were so civil with this debate, to be honest.
if you're listening to this too and have a top 5 idea,
Please
just send it in.
send it
Yeah.
in.
Well, I think that's a good transition. For this podcast, we want to hear from you as the fans. So we're going to be introducing a segment where we're going to be answering your questions, looking at your fan mail. So we will have an outlet for you to be sending that to us, and we're excited to hear from y'all. We want to talk to y'all directly. So be looking out for a way to talk to us and hear your voice on our podcast.
Yeah, it'll probably be like a Google form or something that we'll put out, and
Yeah.
it'll be a link to our bio.
So if you want to submit your top 5s, how you feel about Miami beating your favorite team last night,
Which will happen a lot.
yeah,
That'll happen a lot.
just let us know. Reach out. We're friendly guys, I think, for the most part. So we're on to our next segment. A couple days ago, obviously we're big football fans,
Definitely.
but as you can tell, we just drafted our first band fantasy team.
Fantasy.
Band to see.
It's a great team.
Awesome.
It's nice.
Great team. We ended up with Saquon. We ended up with Patrick Mahomes,
Nico
Garrett
Collins.
Wilson, Nico Collins, Kyron Williams.
Trey
Great
McBride.
squad. Great squad.
Trey McBride. Yeah, that's a good pull.
Yeah. But we just wanted to keep you guys updated on how this season goes with our fantasy team. We got a big week 1 matchup against Flight by Nothing.
It's a huge one.
Yeah.
Band that we really like out of
Yeah.
Texas. Really
Yeah,
respect.
some big contenders in this league.
They're from Texas. They're gonna know ball. They're gonna come ready to play. I'm sure they're well coached, and we're excited for the
Hey,
opportunity.
but we are too. We are too.
We are projected to win right now. I believe we actually have the second highest projection for scores week 1.
And what does Vegas know about them pump action boys from Nashville?
Yeah, we were doing the draft while I was in a van of 7 people on an 8-hour drive, and we were on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And-
I may or may not have been driving all around town while we
Yeah.
were doing that draft.
But we locked in. Somebody auto-picked 5 running backs. Don't know whose band that is yet.
I don't
but,
remember. Yeah.
I
have to
do
look
think
at that.
I did see a trade today. It was straight up Xavier Worthy for Kenneth Walker, which okay,
I don't hate it.
yeah,
That's, feels like a lose-lose trade. to be
yeah.
honest.
I mean, I see it.
Isn't
but-
Xavier Worthy like isn't he like banned for the first couple of games? or
No,
something?
that's Rasheed Rice.
whatever.
yeah.
I get all the boys
Um,
confused.
But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated with that. I'm sure that's going to be the biggest topic on this podcast that you guys are interested in. So
Well, as I said, we're wrapping this thing up. We want to introduce and shout out a new release from local artists or our friends. Spencer, you want to take it away with who our shout out of the week is?
Yeah, our shout out of the week is for Kavya Bora. She's one of the most incredible artists I've have the pleasure of knowing. She's so good. Like indie folk singer songwriter kind of stuff.
Nashville based.
Yeah, Nashville based, Jersey born artist. She just released an album. It's called Consequence of Life. It's really fucking good. Produced by some killers in town. Aiden and Charles Myers was on production for a lot of it. It's really, really dope. She has one of the most unique songwriting voices that I've ever heard, and just a fantastic vocalist as well. Definitely worth checking out if that's your thing. If it's not your thing, you're fucking dumb. It's really good. It's really, really
We
good.
will all be checking it out, and we hope you will too. But yeah, we're finishing up here. Once again, we've just released our newest single, When I Thought You Were the One, earlier this summer. If you have not checked that out yet, go listen to it 15 times. That's
At
a
least.
requirement if
At
you're
least.
listening to this podcast right now.
Yeah.
I think people that are in on podcast episode 1 have probably listened to
Yeah, I
it
think it's a
15 times.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're watching the
But
podcast,
if you haven't,
Right.
15 more.
15 more.
if you haven't,
15 more.
If you made it this far into our first podcast,
You deserve a
Yeah.
fucking knighthood, first of
yeah.
all.
I was gonna say this.
Jesus.
You're watching us figure it out on the spot here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just want to thank you for listening, if you are still listening. But yeah, we love our fans. We love getting to do this. We love getting to talk to y'all, and we hope to catch you guys in the next episode.
And in
out.
Atlanta and Charlotte.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Go Canes.
Go Canes.
Back to work.
Peace.